once again globally, especially in the Middle East, for a possible escalation and consequent use of force on Iran by the United States of American government over the insistence of the Islamic Republic of Iran to continue with their nuclear programs. For the records, many of you can still recall in clarity that precisely in the month of June 2025, the United States of American government, under the leadership of Mr. Donald J. Trump, launched an attack at the uranium enrichment site in Iran in order to stop the Islamic Republic of Iran from pursuing a nuclear warhead program, which, according to experts, Iran had succeeded in the enrichment of uranium at those locations up to about 60%, which is just few percentages away from having the capability of producing nuclear weapons. Thereafter, relationship between the United States of America got more severed. More so, the United States of American government, under the leadership of Mr. Donald J. Trump, stepped in once again into the affairs of the Islamic Republic of Iran when the nationwide protest broke out in the city as a result of economic hardship, which later metamorphosed into the citizens of Iran demanding for the immediate resignation of their Islamic leader, Mr. Ali Ayatollah Khamenei. And thereafter, the President of the United States of America stepped in and sent out a warning to the Islamic leader of Iran, stating it in clarity that if they continue to use brutal force against the innocent protesters, the United States of American government will not fail to come in to crush them all. And Donald Trump went further to reassure the citizens of Iran that they should continue to protest for the betterment of their country, that help is certainly on its way coming. And furthermore, fast forward to the year 2026, negotiation has been on in order to bring both United States of American government and Iranian, political leaders to a roundtable discussion to have a peaceful negotiation on Iranian nuclear deal or nuclear program. And finally, it became a success that this, diplomatic discussion, or what you can call a peace talk, was held at the capital of Oman, Muscat. And according to relevant information on the internet space, such a talk between United States of America and Iran became necessary in order to, first of all, address the mistrust between both nations and lay a foundation of a fresh negotiation that will be based on technical and diplomatic discussions on how to reestablish relationship between both nations, but most importantly, having a roundtable agreement on the nuclear program of Iran. This very section was held at Oman's capital, Muscat, which was championed or brokered by Omani Foreign Minister, Mr. Saeed. In attendance was Iranian Foreign Minister, Mr. Abbas. According to relevant information available for the public, it was said that this very discussion didn't happen in person between Iran and the United States of America. That Iranian delegation will first of all meet with the Foreign Minister of Oman, have their discussion, share their grievances, and state categorically their stand, after which the American delegation will step in to also have a section with the Omani representative, simply because there is a whole lot of mistrust, aggression between both countries. And this was the very first time United States of American government is sending their top military commanders down to the Middle East. And the United States of American government was duly represented by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner happens to be the first son-in-law of Donald Trump. And these two gentlemen are United States of American special envoy, in the Middle East or to the Middle East. But one very significant, occurrence that took place today at that very, talk between United States of American government and Iran, which has continued to raise a lot of dust globally and locally, is the presence of United States of American Navy Admiral Brad Cooper, who is the head of the United States of American Central Command. His presence, seeing him on his uniform, special uniform, was an indication or a confirmation that United States of American USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier and other warships are already stationed at the Gulf coast of Oman in the Arabian Sea in preparedness for whatever that may happen the next minute or the next seconds as we speak. And why has this become a subject of discussion? It's simply because Donald Trump had maintained that they are in talks with Iran, that he hopes that they fashion out something beautiful, but that if they do, that there is likelihood that something bad will happen. Listen to Donald J. Trump.
Right now we're talking to them, we're talking to Iran, and if we could work something out, that'd be great, and if we can't, probably bad things will happen.
This information from Donald J. Trump was later buttressed further by the video clip that started trending from the United States of American press secretary, maintaining that Donald Trump is the commander-in-chief of the world's most powerful military. Mona, watch the video.
The president has obviously been quite clear in his demands of the Iranian regime. Zero nuclear capability is something he's been very explicit about, and he wants to see if a deal can be struck. And while these negotiations are taking place, I would remind the Iranian regime that the president has many options at his disposal, aside from diplomacy, as the commander-in-chief of the most powerful military in the history of the world.
Now, the bottom line here remains that everything is possible at this material time. Personally, I sincerely hope that it doesn't go south, that force is not applied at the end of the day. But whether you like it or not, United States of American government is already prepared. They have deployed their warship, their aircraft carrier, currently at the Arabian Sea. That is the biggest, the largest, the most powerful the world has ever had. That aircraft carrier can deploy up to about 95 fighter jets at once. And it can, house up to about 5,500 military officers at once. So when you look at the capacity, you know that it's not something that you should be joking all around with. And the news also has it that United States of American military forces also shot down Iranian drone just very close to their aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, and later Iran also was attempted to also stop or shoot down American flagship just before this talk with Iran on this day, Friday being the 6th day of February 2026. So when you look at the trajectory of events, you see that there are chances peace will return, and there are chances also a lot of things will go south. Iran is insisting on making progression with their nuclear program, which United States of American government under the leadership of Donald J. Trump has said no to that categorically, that there is no discussion. News equally has it that both Egypt, Turkey, and Qatar has made some proposals to Iran to halt their nuclear program, send out all their enriched uranium out of Iran, and also say a no to ballistic missile programs and all of that. But Iran is saying that all of these are non-starters, that they are not giving up on their nuclear program, progression, that they will continue to work on that. Even the Russian president, under the leadership of Mr. Putin, has also offered to take in their enriched uranium. You know what I mean? So telling you that some of these countries are actually interested in Iran halting their nuclear program, even though some press statements, in the past from some of the Gulf nations, they were saying that any escalation from the United States of American government could trigger a regional war that may drag most of them into the war. You know what I mean? So it's a very dicey time in the history of mankind in 21st century. One of the peculiar reasons I could possibly point out in all of this why Iran is insisting on building their own nuclear weapon or a nuclear program is simply to put their name on the sand of history as one of the countries that will be feared or dreaded. But if you begin to look at it from the rational, justifiable reasons with respect to mankind, nobody is praying for any third world war in this country. Nobody is praying for escalation that could cost human lives, close to what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, in the 1940s. So I don't know why it becomes necessary. What if every countries of the world decides to build a nuclear weapon? It will become a disaster at the end of the day. You may begin to say that Iran have the power, they have the sovereignty to decide whether to build nuclear weapons or not. Just like we have differences in human emotions and humans, IQs and all of that, self-controls and, if nuclear weapons becomes available the way so many people are thinking about it, I'm just saying my opinion. I mean, some persons may be triggered and then immediately they begin to fire nuclear warheads, and and that will simply be the end of mankind. So for me, I think all the countries that already have nukes should have it, but let not more countries, let not admonish or encourage more countries to have nukes. Until this nukes gets to the hands of people that are very temperamental, that is when you will understand why it is important to control who has what, when and how. Before you know it, some people that are very temperamental, just like you have suicide bombers and all of that, before you know it, somebody will open warheads. And that will be the end of mankind, because the moment, just like China will always say, that they will not be the first to fire, nuclear warheads, but they will not allow you to fire the second shot. Meaning that actions and reactions will always be equal but opposite. The laws of cause and effect. If you slap person now, that person, if you go carry knife, can't stab you. According to these laws, they are equal. It is your actions of slapping that person that prompted the person to carry knife, can't choke you. You know what I mean? So if you launch one warhead, nuclear warhead against a country, and such a country with a higher capacity launch 50 at a time, all of us will know that the rest will be history. So for me, I pray that peace returns between a good discussion is agreed upon at the end of the day between Iran and the United States of America, so that these people can focus on, giving their citizens good governance instead of spending billions of dollars on building nuclear warheads, whereas why the citizens are suffering and dying of hunger. It does not make sense. You should first of all make your citizens happy before you begin to talk about building military capability, in my own opinion. You know what I mean? Well, at this point, I'll allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. My another person, Siam. God bless you.